your life.
All right, let's
So today we're here to discuss the trial of Tom. Okay. Now, does anybody have a good question to start us off with?
What was Tom Robinson's perspective on the case, on his case? What do you think, Becca?
I think he probably so he of course claims he didn't do the crime because otherwise he probably wouldn't be in court if he said he was guilty. His mannerisms during the actual court case were very calm and kind and respectful, very respectful. And I think that that's a pretty chill dude right there.
Yeah, and I agree with that. Like adding more, like he didn't change his story like all the time, like Mayella Ewell did, and he like provided evidence, and like he didn't get all emotional.
Yes, and before that, Tom, or like just in general, he's a kind Christian, like he went to church, and he anytime like he would help Mayella, and like that just kind of showed how kind he was and how he was willing to help people out.
Okay, so moving on from that, what did we think of the person? Is it a testimony?
Mm-hmm.
When they give their okay.
Yes.
What did we think of the testimony of Mr. Robert Ewell?
He claims that he saw Tom Robinson raping Mayella and beating her.
He lied.
He was
Can you explain on
I was about to. He lied because he said that Tom Robinson did it, but there's like concrete proof that he did it, but the jury just didn't believe it.
To expand off of what Allie said about how Mayella said that Tom attacked and raped her, she, Mayella, like, when the story is said, I said he hit me alright, he choked you, he hit you, then he raped you, that right? It most certainly is. You're a strong girl. What were you doing all the time? Just standing there. I told you I hollered and kicked and fought. So, like, that just shows that she said that he actually, like, hurt her. Yeah, like the Robert Ewell historical event, I connected it to is the Jim Crow era because in the Jim Crow era, they always took the white person's word instead of the black man's. And that's kind of what happened in the trial.
Moving on, what do we think about his daughter Mayella Ewell's
She was very emotional, and she had to think about what to say a lot, and she changed her like perspective a lot, which I think that just proves that she's lying.
And multiple times throughout her testimony, she would all of a sudden remember a new thing that actually happened.
Yeah, and she thought Atticus was mocking her and she got really defensive and really he was just being polite, which also kind of shows brings light to kind of her home life, and it shows that like it was lonely or she was lonely and they just didn't live a really good life at home.
Yeah, like her testimony, like what she claimed, what like reminded me a lot of the Scott's Borough Boys trial because black teenagers were accused by two white women for false rape, and that's what happened in the story.
I would just like to state to the courtroom, the defendant is indeed missing most of his left arm. Therefore, most of the evidence of this is a little bit sketchy.
That is very true, Ronan.
Now, moving on from that little nugget, what did we think of the testimony of Hector?
I think Hecate thinks that Tom Robinson is innocent because in the trial, Hecate tries to protect Tom and gives a testimony that supports Atticus' argument that Bob Ewell did this to Mayella because Tom has the left arm is crippled, so it just wouldn't make sense if he did that to Mayella.
Also, Hecate only arrived after everything had happened, so he couldn't know for sure what had happened. He only saw the aftermath and all of the bruises and damage done.
Well, yeah, but then after that, he didn't call a doctor, which was kind of a little suspicious.
Yeah.
There was no medical evidence of anything happening.
Yeah, which also proves that. Yeah. Anyway.
How do you think that Atticus did on the trial?
Atticus definitely tried his best to defend Tom, for sure. And he totally wanted Tom to win. He had a good chance.
Atticus, when he was supporting Tom or like fighting for him, he was really passionate, and like especially in his closing statements, like he really made it like evident that it was between black and white, and that they should choose the evidence over it because there was clear evidence that Tom didn't do it. But like Atticus made it so that like a lot of people realized that it was or the decision was between black and white, which is like very powerful.
Moving on to Mr. Gilmer. What did we think of his bringing up past
Tom Robinson's
what's it called?
Crimes records.
His criminal record. His criminal record on that previous thing. What do we think of him doing that in the middle of the court?
I think it totally just made Tom Robinson look just bad. Having that charge of having a fight with another man.
But on the other hand, it kind of shows that they didn't really have any other evidence to support themselves because they had to bring up something from the past. They're trying to use it to like make Tom look bad because Atticus' evidence was like substantial. It was actually relevant to the case. And not saying that it wasn't relevant, but they had to bring something else in to try to justify the point.
I also think that he may not have been trying his hardest to convict Tom, simply because he didn't really like you said, he didn't really bring any real evidence to the table. So to me, it seems that he did his best to do as little as possible, and to give Tom a chance.
Is the point of this to reach our own decision on what we think?
So
Can the people here make that decision as of now?
Did the state prove beyond reasonable doubt that the current Tom Robinson was raised against Mayella Ewell? Yes or no? Check that.
Definitely.
Yeah. If you look at the
The
evidence,
group consensus.
can we elaborate on why? No?
Oh, she's
Well,
the ruler.
Like we said, there's not a lot of good evidence to charge Tom Robinson with this. And they people knew he was innocent, but they just took the white man's word over his, which is unfortunate.
And moving from that,
Blanking.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Most of the evidence provided by the defendant,
That's
it was
easier. Just put that.
the acquisition. Most of their evidence was evidence that it wasn't very stable, not very much of a foundation. couldn't support a good legal case against Tom Robinson. And
So that didn't really help, or it didn't help prove that Tom was guilty. It, if anything, it's,
what do you think of this, Brian?
What's the question?
No.
No,
no.
Why? Why do you think that?
because he didn't do it.
What evidence do you have that you didn't do it? That supports
Because someone else did it.
that. I know someone else did that.
Because someone had to have done it.
Which one?
Why? Please elaborate on that.
No.
Don't talk to us.
So let's summarize what we've discussed. Everything. Can we all come to the consensus that everything points to Tom not
Being
committing
guilty.
being innocent?
Yes. Yes.
So, did the state prove beyond reasonable doubt?
Hey,
that
I
the
already said
defendant-
this.
Yeah, I know. Yes.
Shh, quiet.
Beyond a reasonable doubt that the defendant, Tom Robinson, committed the offense of rape against the
You have to say check the appropriate.
Are we?
Wait, say it again.
Are we supposed to check it in that document, or are we supposed to make a copy of it or something?
I got it.
Okay.
Like,
Repeat what you said.
unanimous.
Did the state prove beyond a reasonable doubt that the defendant, Tom Robinson, committed the offense of rape against Mayella?
No. Correct. Vote.
Oh, yeah, we gotta vote. Can we just do like a raise hand vote? So, anybody here who thinks that Tom Robinson was not guilty, raise your hand. I thought he was about.
I thought he was about to
I'm
know.
gonna be honest.
Okay, everyone.
Well, I think that is, what is that? 7 out of 7. Somebody do the math on that, please.
That's
There's 7 of you, yes.
Sounds like 100% of us agree.
Well, that's good.
Are we done?
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
Keep talking.
what did you guys think of the proceeding of how all that went? You know.
I think it went very well. We elaborated on all of our evidence, and we added on to each other. And that was pretty good.
Do you think all of us participated very well?
No.
So, how does our verdict compare to the one that happened in
The opposite.
Well, it's the opposite because we weren't racist.
Whoa. Can you please elaborate on that?
Why are we?
Well, we went by the evidence and not just by black and white. And
We considered everyone's word, and Tom Robinson's had the best.
So, comparing to a character whose viewpoint were we most like?
Atticus.
Or
Jim Finn.
Yeah.
can you elaborate?
Can you elaborate on what you said like that?
Got it?
Jamming.
Are we done? Was that the
You are
timer?
done.
for us?
Yes.
Okay,
So.
Yeah.
Pause that.
Okay. Fantastic job. Okay, outside circle, very quickly. What did the inside jury
do well.
Everyone. I heard they so clearly.
So clearly included everyone. What else?
Ryan,
Congratulations.
that's because you
You did a very good job.
As I track your participation, I've never this semester had as many E's for evidence as I had today, which is the main goal of everything. You need evidence for support. Because you need to support your opinions with evidence. Okay. Outside circle, very quickly and quietly change places with the inside circle, and we'll begin again.
I'm going to court.
Good luck, soldiers.
Good job, guys.
Oh, probably shouldn't have gone this.
Easy. Wow. I compared it to you.
Thank you.
I'm sitting right here.
Can I watch you on my computer?
Pause. Time out. Are you gonna be our starter?
Leader? Yeah.
Like, are you gonna? What the heck is your name, Paul? Okay. I go where? Oh yeah.
All right. Jury number 2. I didn't realize we were a little
I gotta get
off number imbalanced here. Okay. Jury number 2, you have the same responsibility.
Please do not start yet.
We are started. You are the jury.
We got gathered around to talk about Tom Olson's case and whether or not he's guilty or innocent. There's a lot of evidence pointing that he is not innocent, but yet he got convicted of being guilty of the charge of rape of Miss Mayella. That's one of stuff.
Okay, to start this off, what was your guys' or anyone's claim about Tom Robinson and how he felt towards the trial?
Tom Robinson was the person to get blamed for raping Mayella Ewell. He was sharing his testimony about the trial, but he still got blamed because of the racism.
Going off what Gracie said, I believe that Tom lost hope during the trial.
I agree with that because he was being accused of that. And if you're accused of something, and back then, if you were a different color, you would get judged. So
that is so true, and I believe that because people were not okay back in the day.
Yeah. So you're saying that racism took place?
Yes.
Yeah, I agree with Carter because, like, no matter how much evidence, like, Atticus supported or shown that made Tom innocent, like, it, like, proved he was innocent, the judge still went with Bob's side because of, racism.
Going off what Savannah said, there's evidence that Tom Robinson didn't do it because in the book, when he stood up, it said that his left hand was 12 inches shorter than his right arm. And then Atticus was in a wearing Bob Ewell, and had Bob Ewell fight. And that showed that Bob Ewell used his left hand. And then Atticus asked Bob Ewell if he was ambidextrous, and Bob Ewell didn't know what that meant. Yet he still said that he could do with both hands. That one's not better than the other. And so how could Tom Robinson do the right if his left hand is shorter than his right? Because so he only has one good hand, and Bob Ewell has 2. So yeah, because of racism.
In the story, Atticus had Bob right to to see like which hand was stronger. It ended up being where his left hand was stronger than his right hand. So this really made like the audience feel like even more that Bob was the one who did hurt Mayella.
Right, going off what Savannah and Chelsea just said, I think that Bob had a better chance of hurting Mayella with his left hand than Tom did, since it was 12 inches shorter. It would have been hard for him to both beat her and rape her. And while she's trying to be safe.
It's totally my fault. But I also think that Bob did not do so pleasantly to Mayella because Mayella once said, "No, I don't recollect if he hit me. I mean, yes, I do. He hit me." That is exactly what Mayella once said.
Brennan, what do you think of this?
I think Tom was very calm and didn't get emotional during the trial. Or what do you think? There wasn't enough evidence to prove that Tom did it, so it just went to the racist suicide, I guess.
Yeah, Tom was silent like most of the like pretty much the whole time until he was like called up to have his testimony. And like some evidence that he said was the witness swallowed hard. She reached up and kissed me inside of the face. She said she never kissed a grown man before, and she might as well kiss a Negro. She says what her papa do to her don't count. She says kiss me back, and like he basically told his side of the story, and like he didn't stutter as much as Mayella did.
Sam, what do you think?
It's kind of like it's kind of like the racism part. It plays a major effect on the trial because it seems physically impossible for Tom Robinson to do what he did to Mayella because of his arm.
Was it even proven that a rape actually happened?
No.
After Mayella was like after Mr. Gilmore went to their house and see Mayella screaming on the floor, and he asked if they took her to they asked if they took her to the doctor, and they said no, which is like pretty like suspicious because like if she were to be beaten and raped like and actually injured, you'd want to take her to the hospital because she could be really injured.
I agree with that because it would show how much he cared and it would have proved who did it.
Right, and going off with Grace, they asked if rape could happen. Only Mayella and Bob Ewell were at the scene. Like, only those two could tell if the rape.
Okay. What? Yeah. What is Mayella Ewell's claim? Because what is her point of view about each witness or participant?
Well, during the trial when Atticus kept talking about what happened, she almost got like nervous because she knew that whatever she said was a lie. So she knew that Atticus was proving her wrong and she got upset.
I agree with that because she started stuttering during this time when Atticus was asking questions, and then Atticus asked about her father drinking, and then he got drunk, and she admitted that he drank quite a bit.
I agree with that because she got very scared and emotional during the trial.
I agree. And she didn't really know how to. She didn't grow up in a normal family really because she didn't really know what friends were, and she thought when they were asking her questions, she was being accused. And
Yeah. When he was speaking, when Atticus was asking questions, and Mayella wanted to answer, she thought Miss Mayella and Ma'am was offensive because she was not the sharpest tool in the shed.
Going
So,
up,
yeah.
going off of what Connor said, Mayella like changed her story a lot. Like if Tom Robinson hit her or not, she was like saying yes, saying no, he did, and then like a few moments later she'll be saying, oh wait, yes, he did. So she'd be changing like back and forth.
Right, in the book it says, except when Mayella looked at her father who was sitting in his chair, pinned against the railing. He sat up, straightened, and waited for her to answer, except when nothing, said Mayella. I said he does tell it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Also going up for how Mayella Ewell can answer the questions. Tom Robinson can answer every question like right away, and he wasn't nervous about it. But the judge thought he was getting whippy with him, but he was just being so kind to him. The judge thought he was doing the opposite.
Going on what Carter said, when Tom finally asked the question, who beat you up, Tom Robinson or your father, Mayella then burst into real tears. Her shoulders shook with angry sobs. She was as good as her word. She answered no more questions, even when Mr. Gilmore tried to get her back on track. She began to know that she was about to get caught for lying, so she stopped answering questions.
Sorry, what do you think?
That throughout the entire trial, when they're prosecuting, like people were asking Mayella questions, like going back to that he was saying, and she was stuttering, so she wasn't giving a straight answer right away. But Tom Robinson was, so it can put it like there's some evidence saying that something wasn't being told right away.
What event or a person in today's world, do you guys think connects to this
What? What connections?
Well, just think it's today's world. What's an actual event that could be related to
Okay, why do you think
a
that
real life trial
racism?
happened like that? Yeah.
One at a time.
What?
People could still be offended or something to do with the color of your skin, someone might treat you different. Stop.
We read that short story where these white boys and white and black men were on the bus and then they came off and the woman accused them of rape.
Oh, on the train?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's funny.
Yeah, I remember that.
what do we think about Atticus during the trial?
He was a really good lawyer, and he was really asking Mayella about what really happened and trying to get the actual truth.
Yeah, he even got comfortable with Houston's time. So, he like that.
Going off what Gracie said and how Atticus was a good lawyer, that Atticus was a good lawyer because he had a lot of evidence to prove that Tom Robinson did not did what he was accused of, and because Bob Ewell and Mayella Ewell knew that Atticus had a lot more evidence to prove that it wasn't Tom, and so Mr. Gilmer had to bring up something from Tom's past to show that we couldn't really trust him because Tom fought a white man.
Also,
Okay.
oh yeah.
We come back to you.
No, we got it. I got it.
We're gonna take a vote.
I got it.
Let him talk.
We got.
Okay, say it.
I think also with so much information Atticus had, it may have been too much because he also had so much that it took so much time, and the judge just got tired of hearing about the
But
trial.
anyway.
Okay,
All right.
we're gonna take a
Okay,
vote on who thought Tom Robinson was not guilty.
So basically,
Raping them.
All right,
so
raise your hand.
raise your hand if you wrong.
Didn't.
Did
He was innocent.
Yes.
If he was innocent.
innocent.
What?
Okay. All right, we all think the
We all
same.
agree.
Good job, guys. So 100%. Tom is innocent.
Hecate is an NPC.
Oh God.
Okay. You think Hectate's the MVP?
No, he's an NPC.
Oh, yeah, okay.
He just
All
was
right,
alone.
good job. Outside circle, what did the inside circle do well? Evidence again, yes.
And they didn't do a lot of topic at times.
Yeah, both juries did stay right on topic, which was very good. And I do want to point out Tanner's summarizing of everything was really good for specifically this jury.
Yeah, we
But-
don't have time for that.
But again, the reason we practice Socratic discussions is so that we can come to a collective understanding, because that's what we're missing in this world is collective understandings where we hear each other, not only hear each other, but actually understand one another. And that's the collective understanding. Guys, I'm very proud of all of your growth in discussions, in giving evidence, using evidence, and justifying your opinions. Very good. Yes, yes. So everybody have a fabulous Thanksgiving.
See
you next week.
Oh, we have 4 minutes, I guess. I was thinking we were right up to the, well, what I want you to do, wait a minute. Everybody sit down, you're not dismissed yet. The bell's not gonna ring for another 3 minutes. I need everyone to fill out your reflection and then turn it in. Your reflection and fill out your reflection. You've got 3 minutes. So fill out your reflection and then turn it in. All righty.